Hello, welcome to the channel. Today's video is going to be about hello songs, chants, and get to know you games for any preschool, kindergarten, first grade, second grade, and music, PE, art, library, classroom. When you're working with young children, it's so fun to include a little hello song or gathering chant at the beginning of your class, and each day that you meet them, you can welcome them, they feel loved, and they know you want them to be there. I'm Sandra, let's get started. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, it really helps us to know that you like this video and that it's something that is helpful for you to help you in your teaching career. The first song I want to share with you is a really simple song, and I've used this with preschoolers and special needs kids, and it really helps them to learn each other's names in your classroom, which then helps you build classroom community. This is an easy song. It's an echo song, which I also feel is very effective for our younger children because you sing it and then they're listening and then they sing it back to you. Take these kind of songs really nice and slow. It helps them learn them. We don't need to go rushing off and singing fast and quickly. And if you can, try and raise your voice up higher to the sound of a child's voice. So if I'm talking and using my higher voice, it's also less stressful on your vocal cords. We're just working it up into our head voice a little bit too. This song is so easy. You're just going to say, hello, and then the child's name. So I'll just use the word Tabitha. Hello, Tabitha, and then all the children sing back. Hello, Tabitha. How are you? How are you? Stand and wave hello, stand and wave hello, then sit down, then sit down. When you first use the song, not all of the children will want to stand up. In fact, you may only have a small, maybe 10% of the students who will feel confident enough to stand and wave hello to everybody. You might have to demonstrate it a couple times, or if you have someone else in the room, help them understand that it's their turn to stand up. You might walk around and tap them on the shoulder and encourage them. Like I said, take it really slow. Take it at the children's pace. If you have children that don't want to stand up, you can change the words to the song. Instead of stand and wave hello, we can say smile and wave hello. And then the last line would be their name, Tabitha, Tabitha. So here's how it sounds the whole song through. Hello, Tabitha, hello, Tabitha. How are you? How are you? Stand and wave hello. Then sit down. I'll do the change the words version to using the word smile. Hello, Tabitha. How are you? Smile and wave hello, Tabitha. Another important thing in this song is when you are saying stand and wave hello, have everybody wave every time you say the word hello. So you can just have everybody doing this with their hands. So it's good for young children because they're moving their arms. We're also trying to get them to stand and wave hello, and then sit back down. So we're using our gross motor muscles too. And then we're getting a chance for everybody to have a turn, take turns in our classroom. This kind of song is a great way to help you not only help the students learn each other's names, it's going to build classroom community. You're going to get a chance to look right at them in their face and tell them and show them with your eyes and your face that you're so excited they're in the class with you, and you're going to have a lot of fun. I really like using name games and songs at the beginning of the school year, especially because it helps me learn my students' names, but it also builds classroom community. Here's a simple little song that you can sing to get to know your students and just let them shine for a moment. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the students and we're going to look at something they're wearing. So for example, if I just used myself, I'm wearing a blue shirt. And I know that's simple, but we'll just say it, or I'm wearing flowers. We could use that instead. And then if you don't know all the students' names, what I would recommend is to use a class sheet. And you're just going to start at the beginning, have everybody sitting in a circle or on their squares in their gathering spot. And you're just going to go down the class list. If that helps you just to go in that order, that works too, especially if it's the first week of school and you're doing this. This song is called Mary Wore Her Red Dress, and it's just a really simple, easy song. You can sing it or you can just say it as a chant, but it works really well because you're noticing each of the children in your classroom. That goes like this. Mary wore her red dress, red dress, red dress. Mary wore her red dress to school today. Now you can have them stand up and wave when you're singing to them, but I found with preschool and kindergarten that's a little much to expect of them. So you could have them just point to the thing you're talking about. So if we were singing about me, Sandra wore her flower shirt, flower shirt, flower shirt. Sandra wore her flower shirt to school today. And then just going to continue down your list and just pick really simple things so you keep the song moving along. It doesn't take very long to go through even 30 students with that kind of song. You're just going to go quickly around the room. It might take you 2-3 minutes at the very longest. And everyone will easily be able to give their attention to that because they don't know who's next because you're calling the names randomly. This next song requires the children to stand up. So you may want to practice having them sit down and then stand up. And just do a quick little activity with, okay, when I do this, everybody crisscross applesauce. When I do this, everybody stand up and stretch up tall like a tree. Wiggle your branches. Now 1, 2, 3, sit down for me. I call this one Jack, Jack is who I see. And you can say it as a chant or you can sing the song. And what you're going to do is you're going to say the children's name. Jack, Jack is who I see. If you are Jack, stand up for me. And then if the children are in first grade and you're doing it, they're going to stand up and you can say, give us your best wave, or give us your best thumbs up, or give us your groovy pose, or something fun, or your biggest smile. Give them some choices of something they can do when you have them stand up. But keep it moving along. You don't want something like show us your favorite dance or something like that. Tell us something, because that will take too long. So you just say, show me your best smile, something quick and short to keep the game moving along. So if I was chanting this, I would just say, Jack, Jack is who I see. And then I would land on the student. If you are Jack, stand up for me. And then go like this, see if they'll stand up. If they don't, just keep moving. Say, everybody wave to Jack. Okay, and then keep it going to the next student. Like, don't worry too much if they're not standing. That's not the point of the game. If you want to sing the song, it goes like this. Jack, Jack is who I see. If you are Jack, stand up for me. Now, this isn't a game I necessarily would play on the very first day of school. It probably is one I would play after I know the student names. So if I don't know who Jack is, or I don't have name tags on, then that's going to be a little trickier, because if the student's too shy, you won't know who it is that's not standing up. So this is a good game to play if they have name tags on. You can do it then, or once you've gotten to know your students. So it's a great song and game to play when you get back from the first break and you want to bring everybody back together. So you could do this game, and then you could review your classroom rules and just remind everybody what's supposed to happen in your classroom. And then everybody will be noticed, and welcomed and waved to. They'll feel a little love from everyone, and that will bring your class back together with you and build that community, get it back together after a break. This next name game is a super fun game. I've even played it in 3rd grade and they love it. So if you don't know the student names, it's okay to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to tell the students, you get to say yes or no in the game. And I play this game in a circle, and in the middle is open. And we're going to have the students are going to get sung to their name, and then they have to choose whether they want to stand up or not. And I just use a simple name, Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? And it's Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up? Will you stand up? Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up today? And when I play this game, I will look at the student then, and then they're going to get to say yes or no. While we're saying the song, I have everyone else pat their knees or clap their hands. Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up? Will you stand up? Johnny, Johnny, will you stand up? Will you stand up today? And the student is going to say yes or no. If they say yes, everybody still keeps clapping, and the student actually is going to skip around the outside of the circle while everybody sings. Yes, teacher, I will stand up. I will stand up. I will stand up. Yes, teacher, I will stand up. I will stand up today. If they say no, we pretend to be really grumpy and we pound our knees. And everybody puts on their grumpy faces because they don't want to stand up. No, teacher, I won't stand up. I won't stand up. I won't stand up. No, teacher, I won't stand up. I won't stand up today. I have everyone sing the yes and everyone sing the no part of the song. We're not going to put anybody on the spot to try and do a solo. This is a super fun game that you can play in kindergarten, 1st, 2nd, and even 3rd grade. Here is another familiar little chant called Hickety Pickety Bumblebee that I turned into a name game. Hickety Pickety Bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. The very first time that I play this game, I'm just going to have everybody sitting down. We're not going to do any movement because I'm teaching them the game. Also, everybody doesn't know each other's names, and I want them to all see each other, so we will sit in a circle. And we're just going to pat our knees or clap your hands, whichever works best for you. Hickety pickety bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. And then I would stand up and say, Mrs. or my name is Sandra. And then I would sit right back down. And I'm just going to go around the circle in order because I may not know the student names either. So I'm just going to have them say their names. Now you will have shy students who don't want to do it and just say, that's okay, we're going to play it again. No problem, and then just go on to the next student. But if they don't want to do it, I do redo the chant for the next student. And that usually works out pretty well. It's very seldom that I've had children who don't want to say their name. They don't have to stand up if they don't want to, but if they can just say their name, that helps the class. The game version of this song is so much fun to play. So what we're going to do is we're going to have 2 lines of students, and they're going to stand back to back like this. And we're going to pat our knees. And then we're going to have one person, and I'll just start the game. And I'm going to walk around the double line. And I'm just going to walk around while everybody goes, hickety pickety bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. And then whoever I land on right here in front of me, that person's going to say their name. And you can play it where they're sitting down or standing up. It doesn't matter if you're saying stand up for me. They can just go jump and say your name for me. You can adapt it to how you want to play the game. So you could have them sitting and say stand and say your name for me. You could have them standing and say jump and say your name for me. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's getting them moving, it's getting them saying names, and they're having fun time together. So they say their name to each other. Now you have 2 choices when they do that. You can have the person that was walking around, just have them trade places after that, or you could do a chase. But I wouldn't do a chase at the beginning of the school year. This is a game you can bring out a little later when you're going to review rules or after break, or maybe you don't feel like the class is working well together, so you want to play a game and just reinforce how it's so important that we work together, like playing a game. It's important in our classrooms. We all want to be helping. We all want to take our turn and be nice to each other. So it's a good game for that to use later. So the easy version is to sit in a circle and just go around the circle. The next level would be if you want to use your class list, you could call out a name instead of having them say their names. So instead you would say, so hickety pickety bumblebee, stand and say your name for me. Johnny Baba, and read the name off. And then they would stand up and say their name, or just bow or wave. And then the next level is to have them play the game where there's back to back like this, and then there's one person that's going around, stand and say your name for me, or jump and say your name for me, and they trade places. And they go. And everybody only gets one turn. So if they've already had a turn, they could do this. I already had a turn, and then the person just goes to the next one over. Keep it super simple at the beginning of the year, because the main point, as I know you know, is to build a classroom community and get to know the names, get to know your students. You're going to learn a ton of stuff about each of those kids when you play games. This next game is we will name you instead of we will rock you. So we're going to be patting and clapping, and we're going to be moving right along saying student names with this game. Here's how it goes. We're just going to go pat, pat, clap, pat, pat, clap. Take it nice and slow. The first time you do this song, if you're doing it at the very beginning, or this chant at the very, very beginning of the school year, you might just be using your class list. You might not know everyone in your name. Let's pretend that you're doing this and you don't know the names. So you're just going to go around the circle. So tell the students we're going to go around the circle. Everybody's going to take their turn saying their name. And everybody, when they say their name, I want you to echo it the best as you can. Let's not worry about tempo or how fast or slow we're playing the game. Let's just work on hearing the name and echoing the names back. So it goes like this. We will name you. We will name you. That's the basic chant. So now we're going to add in the name part. So it's going to be pat, 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 clap, and we say it one time. We will name you. And then they're supposed to say their name. Sandra, Sandra. And then just wait a second. You don't have to keep it on the beat. Just wait a second. And then now we're going to go to the next person. We will name you. Johnny, Johnny. Watch. We will name you. Veronica, Veronica. And we're just going to go around the circle and give everybody a chance to say their name. Again, if they're shy, use your best method. You can just say, that's okay. We'll keep going. Or if you can't hear it, just keep going, do your best, and eventually, that will all work out in the classroom. One reason I like to use the class list is because then I can say it, enunciate it, and say it loud for everybody. And so instead, if you do it with the class list, then the teacher says the name, just have the student, instead of saying their name as you go through the class list, you just say, when I call your name, just wave so we know where you are in our circle or in our desk, if you're sitting in desk playing it. Now, if they're standing and playing the game, you can do stomp, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap. If you're sitting at desk, you could go pat on the desk, boom, boom, clap. It's going to make noise, but the kids, of course, will like it. Boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. And so let me show you just how that would look if I was calling the name. Boom, boom, clap, boom, boom, clap. We will name you. Jonathan, Jonathan. We will name you. Isabella, Isabella. And if they don't say it, just wait and go, say it again, and then go to the next one. 1, 2. Now that is a super fun game that's for a little bit older students. I think first, maybe second, third, fourth, definitely can play that game. And if you do it on the desk, or you do it or stopping, it's going to be much more engaging for them. This is one of my favorite chants to use with kindergarten, and it's also great for preschool and first grade. And what I like about it is I do it as an echo. So I found that that works really well with the younger students because it gives them time to process what you're saying. And it helps them to hear it, see it, do it, and also hear it twice. The repetition is what really helps. So this is just easy. It's clap your hands, stomp your feet, say your name, take a seat, take a seat. So what you're going to do is have everybody standing. And if you don't know their names versus they will say their names, there's 2 different ways you can use this. So it just depends on how young they are. So preschool, kindergarten, they may not say their names. You probably don't know their names the first week of school. So you can adapt this chant very easily, even if you don't know their names. And so you want to use a class list. So instead of saying, say your name, you're going to say their name right there. So it'd be clap your hands. Everybody do it. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. Stomp your feet. Ezekiel, take a seat. And hopefully Ezekiel will take a seat. Now if you have 2 of the same name, just say, oh wait, one of you sit down. Let's do it one more time for our other Mary, whatever their name is, okay? So just make it fair and even and kind to everyone. You're not rushing through this. There's no learning goal. This is more of a get attention. Pay attention to me. I want you to listen, echo what I'm saying, copy my actions, and I want you to listen and learn the names of all those other students that are in your class this year because they're going to be our friends and we're going to be working together. So it's pretty easy. Clap your hands. Stomp your feet. Jeremiah, take a seat. Whew. All right, let's see who's next. All right, and you can use your class list, or if they have name tags on, you could use the name tags. Just a really fun name game. And you can use this as your role, even as your hello song for the rest of the year. So you can have all the students be on their spots, and you can go through and sing this for roll and welcoming every day that you're with them. It works really well. I have another hello song for you that you can use to welcome your students to class. It's called Hello, My Good Friends. And we're going to do some waving with this song. And what we're trying to do is get both arms going, or even at the same time, and want them looking around and noticing their neighbors. Hello, my good friends. How are you today? Come and sing a song with me, then let's run and play. Hello, my good friends. How are you today? Come and sing a song with me, then let's run and play. And they could jump, play, yay, at the end. And then after I sing that hello song, I usually sing the student names and they sit down. So I go, Isabella, Jeremiah, or clap it, Johnny, Rachel, Ahmad, and just go through all the names. You can use your class list if you don't know them at the very beginning of the year and just have them crisscross applesauce after you say their name. Here's another hello song you can use in your classroom every year in your circle time, your music class, your library, preschool, carpet time. It's called Say Hello, and the words go like this. Say hello, say hello, everybody say hello. Say hello, say hello, everybody say hello. Wake up your body, it's a brand new day. Smile and be ready to learn and grow today. Say hello, everybody say hello. You can add lots of movement to this song, get your students woken up, and then I would say their names and have them clap and have everybody echo those names back to you. Look who's here today, yay, we're all here, and say their names. Whew, and we're all sitting down when I'm done saying the student names. Now, all of these songs and games and activities are available in the Sing Play Create website and TPT store. And I am so excited to share this kind of activities with you because I know how important it is for teachers to use interactive games and songs in their classrooms to get to know their students and help them feel welcome. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you will subscribe so you can get notifications whenever we have a new video that's just for you. Let's keep kids moving and learning with music.